So I'm here today to show you our new 7-foot Badazz Broom. This is something that's been in the works for a number of years, something I came up with after years of experience in the field, working with a lot of brooms, a lot of sweeping, cleaning, you know, just all the time involved that a contractor puts into cleaning up a job site and making it look nice. And it's an expense. So what I did is I came up with a quicker, more efficient, easier way to do it. That saves a lot of wear and tear on your bristles, and overall you end up with a better job in the end. So what this does, I designed this so that this head offsets hydraulically. You can slide it out to the side. You can reach a 5-foot sidewalk behind the curb without driving on it. The head also tilts both ways 45 degrees for whatever desired slope you need hydraulically. And also, this angles hydraulically both ways. You can get a lot of angle off to the right, more so than any other broom out there. That allows you to get rid of your windrows in your thicker material. So what this allows you to do is also clean out your curb and gutter line, your curb pans, gutter pans. After time, the curb begins to slope more and more back. You can't get the debris out of the gutter pan. The other neat thing about this is the bristles. The bristle life, I can get 3 times the wear out of these brooms than any other broom out there, because you can visually see the bristles as you're operating it from the cab. So by being able to level out your head at all times on the ground, it prevents it also from turning into that cone. Anytime you angle any other broom, you're going to burn off the one side of the brush, as everybody knows, anybody that's done any sweeping in the industry. It frustrates me a little bit, you know, you end up with a cone-shaped core, and then you go to straighten it back out, and you have to apply more pressure to get it to wear even, so you're just burning your bristles. The other thing I did that is very important is I put a speed control dial on my manifold right here, accessible to the operator. So you can control the speed of the brush that way. You can turn it way down to control your material, and so you're not throwing it everywhere, making a bigger mess than what you need to, sort of thing. But that also in the winter, you can turn that thing all the way open, and this is just an amazing snow attachment for snow removal. Okay, this is a 6-function broom, manifold, 6 functions in the cab. So with these Badazz brooms, I made it very quick and efficient to change these bristles out in under a half hour. There's 4 bolts on each side, and this core slides out the front. I went with the standard 1032 bristle. That's the same bristle as any other broom out there. Primarily, your Badazz brooms, it's a common size. You can get it at any dealer, as well as contact us directly, and we can drop ship to you. Another one of the really neat features that we've added on to this is there is there's a bolt hole pattern here on the frame of the broom itself. Now remember, you have your 4 bolts here in the center that removes your heads. Then you can change out to a different head. However, if you remove the 8 bolts, all 8 bolts, you can take this head and move it out even farther for special applications, such as your boulevards, or if you need more reach. It's an option. With it being in the center, that covers your tracks, your path of travel. But that's a great option for different applications where you need more reach. Over here, I have an indicator rod I put on. That's just for peripheral vision. So at night, when you slide this out, or daytime, it doesn't matter. It just gives you a little bit of perspective on where you're at with the side of the unit and the front. Moving over here to this side, I have a wheel caster that if you get up against a brick building, any kind of structure, barrier wall, bridges, that sort of thing, you're not going to damage the structure or the machine. This just will pick up as kind of a bumper, a protection. So some of the neat features on this are the jack stands are heavy duty. They're out of harm's way. They're behind the frame. Whenever you're not using the attachments, any broom attachment, including ours, you always want your jack stands down. This prevents a flat spot in your bristles. Otherwise, you'll get a jumping motion with the broom. So even in the winter, that's another good idea, just to keep those bristles from freezing to the ground. And then you go to lift your attachment off the ground and your bristles will pull out. So this is my hydraulic manifold under the cover here. There is another adjustment here on the top. This is your power adjustment. This is an Allen head screw adjustment that typically a mechanic will set. It's a one-time kind of setting, but it's there as an option. Depending on how much power they want to go to the unit, how fast they want their hydraulics to respond, and that also is a critical adjustment for some people when they replace their bristles. You have an operator in the machine with it wide open and have them put pressure down onto the surface with the broom itself, the bristles. Once they're about 2 inches into the bristles and it's spinning on the ground, you'll take and this is where you'll make that adjustment clockwise. And what that will do, it will gradually slow that broom down. And once it stops, it's set. What this prevents is too much down pressure on a broom. So once again, this adjustment is typically made in the shop by a mechanic, someone that has a little bit of experience and knowledge in hydraulics. Some of the unique things that we did to this structurally, it's built to last, definitely. I noticed on some brooms on your sidewalls here, on the sides of your frames, I thickened that up. I went with like a 3/8 steel on the ends. What that does is it prevents any flex in your machine side to side when you start and stop. This is a very smooth start and stop hydraulic feature on here. It has kind of a clutch system, so it's not an abrupt start and stop on the motor, preventing any damages. So moving on to some of the unique features of the 7-foot, 5-foot, or 3-foot model, they all have the bearing in the center here. That's a very heavy-duty bearing, and it's greaseless. It's maintenance-free, so it's contained and sealed, preventing any salt, debris, that sort of thing from getting in there. Being able to replace these heads saves a lot of money. You know, all the money's on the back end of these machines with your hydraulics and your electrical. Everything up front here is kind of mechanical and structural, and it saves a lot of space. Instead of hauling numerous full-size pieces of equipment to a job, such as a mill and a broom, this condenses your trailer space, that sort of thing, and it saves you a lot of money. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna touch on the speed control option here. That's also a huge safety feature as well. Just being able to control that material in certain areas, not throwing it at vehicles or pedestrians, that sort of thing. Even throwing rocks up into the grass. But by being able to control your speed here, that's just a huge, huge benefit and safety feature. The main safety feature to these is you slide this head out 5 feet, you're on a highway project or a street project, anything in the right-of-way of traffic area, you're putting your equipment out there, the head of this broom, next to your barrels, your cones, that sort of thing, instead of your operator. You're keeping your operator farther away from harm's way, preventing injury or even death. It's a serious, people take safety very serious, and I did as well. So as far as daily maintenance or wearable items go, over here on your angle cylinder, there's just 2 zerks, grease zerks, and the center bearing is contained and sealed. That doesn't require any maintenance. Daily maintenance on these. On the units themselves, I installed this canister, sealed canister, and what this is for, we put a can of dry graphite, or you will put a can of dry graphite spray in here as well. At the end of each use, it's good just to shoot that rail with a little bit of graphite spray on there. I use the dry graphite because anything oil-based on that rail is going to cause debris to stick to it, and we don't, it's just not a smooth operation when you get material built up on that rail and you're sliding it in and out. So you want to use dry graphite aerosol spray can. The paint application that we use and prefer to use is industrial powdered coated paint. It's one of the better paints that you could use, I feel. And it does have a sheen to it, so it washes off easy. So these are your standard hydraulic couplers, very quick attach couplers. And I touched on it earlier that the manifold is set up for high flow or low flow, and that is for future attachments as well. Some attachments require high flow, some require low flow. So these are your standard hydraulic couplers that hook to your skid loader or your machine or your side-by-side, your tool cats, that sort of thing, JCBs, anything out there. And then we have a 14-pin electrical harness that plugs into the front of your machine. These work on any skid loader out there, even tractors. Anything with a quick attach back plate, this broom will fit on. One of the most important things on this broom, I feel, is the tilt option, this tilt feature. This allows you to get down on your steep slopes as well. If you have material sloughing off, that sort of thing, these things will angle at 45 degrees down the side of a slope or surface. You can bring that material that was sloughed off the side of the shoulders back up onto the road where it's accessible. So all these features that we added on this thing, it was designed to make the overall use and process simpler for the end user. So all our brooms, all our attachments are proudly made in the USA. And we also manufacture locally here in the Midwest in South Dakota. So that is a wrap on our Badazz Broom line. Reach out today for more information or a demo.